Hey to all my Libras out there, welcome back to my channel. I have a new reading for my Libras. This is going to be from June 13th to July 13th, 2024. But we're going to do this pick a card style, okay? So I have two piles here. Now, both of these readings could resonate with you, okay? Because these are both readings for Libras. But I like to split it up because I feel like I've been getting a lot of different messages. And so this kind of allows for a more specific and personalized reading for you, Libra. So what I want you to do is to just take a moment and meditate on the two piles, pile one and pile two, get a feel for their energy, see which one you're drawn to, and then go to the timestamp in the description box down below to go straight to your reading. You might want to check out both piles too, like I said, because you could find that they both have some things that resonate. So take a moment, pick your pile, and I will meet you over at your reading. Hey, pile one Libras. This is your reading if you chose this beautiful fool's gold heart, this massive block of rose quartz, and another big chunk of tourmaline. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I pre-drew some oracle cards just to get kind of a feel for your reading. So we're going to go ahead and start with these Libra, and then we'll go into tarot, okay? So the first card I want to look at is the archetype card. These archetype cards are giving the general feeling or theme of this time period for you, Libra, from June 13th to July 13th, 2024. So the card that you got is called the Bardo. And this is a place that exists between the heavens and the earth. So it's not quite an earthly plane, it's more of like a cosmic realm, but it's that place between this life, I guess, and then the other side, the spirit realm. So you might be someone who is very intuitive. You might be someone who channels messages from the spiritual realm. You might find yourself in these deep meditative states where you just seem to get these like ideas that pop into your head that feel like just these downloads that you get out of nowhere. But I do feel like you have this ability to kind of sit between the 3D and then the like whatever's beyond, okay? Like the spiritual realm. The next card we have is Fruition, Harvest Moon. So I do feel like this is going to be a time of fruition for you, Libras. What I mean by that is a time of seeing growth, seeing the work that you've put in, kind of see the efforts of that, see the results of that, kind of get to reap the rewards and the benefits of all of the things that you've worked so hard for. This is a time of abundance. The harvest moon, that's when they go out and they harvest all of the crops for the winter, in the fall before everything, goes for the winter. And so this is the time when people are most abundant. So I do feel like this is going to be a really abundant time for you, Libras. The next card that you have is Acceptance. So this acceptance is such an interesting thing, right? I think as Libras, we're so justice-based and justice-driven that sometimes it's hard to find the acceptance in things if we feel that there has been no justice. So this card, it's that reminder of really tapping into more of that acceptance. And it's interesting because when we start to kind of release and just accept, then things really start to fall into place because we're not pushing up that resistance that we have. We will put up resistance because we want certain things or we don't want certain things. And so we try to keep things just so. I don't know how many times in my life I've had to be reminded, usually by other people, that I need to just start to accept. Now, that doesn't mean accepting things that are terrible or subpar or whatever, but it's that, what is that? The serenity prayer, right? That's like what is it? Give me the grace to accept the things I can't change or blah, blah, blah. So not blah, 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 but you know what I mean? I don't remember how it goes, but it's like that kind of acceptance of, okay, I want this thing, but it's not here. I can accept that it's not here right now because I know it's coming to me. Like that kind of acceptance. Okay. So not like acceptance of just like giving up, but you know what I mean? Okay. So yes, this is your reminder to be open and receptive and accept. Be in a place where you can accept. Okay, Libras. Then the next card we have is karmic relationships. Resentments, triggers, perception, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. So this can mean that there will be something that will come up within a relationship that you have that is karmic. So we'll get more cards to clarify this, but what that means is sometimes people are put in our life for karmic reasons because there's lessons that either we need to learn or they need to learn. And so we have these karmic cycles. And that's why when you get into like the relationship with the person who drives you crazy, why were you put into that relationship? Well, maybe there was something, a karmic cycle, something you needed to learn or accept or, whatever. So that's why you were put there. I feel like that is the situation with one of your relationships right now. So we'll get more clarification on what that looks like. Then we have not today. Boundaries and hurt, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. Okay. So this could have something to do with that karmic relationship. I'm not yet getting whether I feel like this is a family, friend, or potential partner, like relationship. I'm almost getting like family issue vibes, not necessarily relationship, but we'll keep going. Okay, so then the next card we have for the pre-shuffled cards is the Runner. This is fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. Okay, hold on. This is literally intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. So you have this twice. This is important. So we need to take a look at this. Okay, Libras. You guys, I just want to apologize. If you can hear the wrestling and the fighting in the background, it's my dogs. They always choose the time when I'm filming to wrestle. So if it sounds like there's wild animals in the background, just ignore it. Okay. So let's really look at this. So this not today card talks about boundaries and it talks about being upset still. And then we have this intensity and letting go, and this turmoil and fleeting. And then do you see this acceptance card? It's like they're letting go. So maybe, Libra, there is a relationship that you need to accept that it's over. Okay, we're going to get some tarot and figure out what is going on here because this is a lot. So, Spirit, what messages do you have for my Libras for the time period of June 13th, 2024 to July 13th, 2024. Spirit, messages for Libra. Let's find out what is going on because we have this very interesting mix, right? So the Bardo, remember, was that place between the world, the earthly world we live in, and the spiritual side. Okay, and then we have this time of fruition coming in too, but then we see this letting go, turmoil. Okay, I just opened my door to let my dogs out, so hopefully they'll stay out. Now, Spirit, what messages do we have for Libra from the time period of June 13th to July 13th, 2024? We have Ace of Cups and we have Judgment. So Ace of Cups is a new offer of potentially, potentially love, relationship, partnership. Judgment is about leveling up or things coming into the light. Karmic debts being paid. Okay, so Spirit, what messages do you have for my pile 1 Libras? Okay, so we have the Chariot and we have the 6 of Wands. So the Chariot is all about forward movement. It's about momentum. It's about going towards everything that you are trying to go towards. Okay, so if you are focused on your career or your family or there's some, like your education, you are on the road. You are moving. And we have the 6 of Wands, which is this card of being victorious. This is being successful. This is coming back a victor, coming back with a laurel wreath on their head because they're a winner, baby. Like, it's this really good energy. Let's get some more cards here, Spirit. Let's see what's going on, Spirit. Do you have messages about what's going on here for my pile 1 Libras? Oh, that's too many. Okay, we have the Tower. So, yeah, this definitely looks like a Tower moment reading. So, I'm sure you know this by now, Libras, but the Tower card represents kind of the breaking down of something that was not built strongly. Okay, so this could be relationships built on a bad foundation. This could be jobs that are no longer working, but this is something in your life that has to be completely ripped down in order for you to rebuild it. And when you rebuild it, you're going to build it stronger and sturdier and better. So we have these Tower moments that can happen, and it might feel like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? What is happening? But it's important to remember that the Tower moments always lead to something better. They lead to the level up, okay? They lead to this new opportunity to really start anew. So if this is relationship energy, this looks like the end of a relationship. This could be someone in your life, a family member who the relationship that you have is just creating lots of turmoil and lots of stress. We have the 3 of Wands, we have the World reversed, and we have the 2 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so looking at this a little bit further, with the 3 of Wands reversed, this can mean that your success might be delayed. Okay, because this is a card of luck and abundance. This is a card of like really good, but it also is it's reversed, so it's being delayed. This can also mean issues with communication. So you might not be in communication with someone right now, like no contact, or you might be trying to have conversations, but it feels like neither one of you is understanding the other person's point. But I do feel like things are going to, it's the 3 of Wands, so things are going to end up being just fine, but there is this like delay on what's coming in. And the World reverse is like the same energy. It's this energy of being stuck. The World is typically completion. If this were like this, I mean, this would be amazing because it would be like you'd have the end of this cycle, this Tower moment, it wipes it away, and then you get this opportunity for rebirth. But with it being reversed, it's that being stuck, not quite being able to complete it. And it could very well be because it is a karmic relationship. So karmic relationships, there are certain things that have to happen in order for it to be like the end of that cycle. So there's something that's keeping you stuck. Now we have this 2 of Pentacles reversed. 2 of Pentacles reversed can mean a couple different things, okay? So this could be a decision that you have to make that you might not be thinking through clearly and that you might want to slow down and reevaluate. This can also mean not being the best with your finances. So with this coming out here, is there something happening with your finances that are keeping you stuck or that are impacting this karmic relationship? Okay, just something to look at, because it's very interesting that we got this Two of Cups, or excuse me, Two of Pentacles reverse, which is it's a decision, but it also has to do with finances. Okay, so because it's that through in that finances piece, I do think that there's something in here that's tying you in here. And this is the crazy thing. You have the Chariot and you have this Six of Wands. This is forward movement. So I'm wondering if you're doing something that's like getting in your own way, or if you're going to get in your own way at the middle of the month, because this is kind of coming out at the center of the reading. So you might be headed into this month with this forward momentum and feeling victorious. And then you could have this situation where you have a tower moment and it leaves you feeling stuck, unable to communicate, and probably not making the best decisions. Okay, Spirit, can we get some additional cards, please? What additional messages do you have for the pile 1 Libra, Spirit? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands. This can be arguments, disagreements. This can be fighting. This can be not getting along, no collaboration. So, I mean, again, fighting, arguments, conflict. Because there's 5 people here, I'm wondering if this karmic relationship has to do with your family, because we're seeing multiple people in this Five of Wands, and we're not really picking up any partner energy, right? Like, it doesn't look like we're picking up, we don't have, a lot of cups energy out here, or, things like that that would make me think that this is about a relationship. I am really feeling strongly that this has to do with family, or like a group of people that are like a family, like a clan of people. And there's issues going on. There's communication issues. There's karmic cycles that are playing out. Okay, Spirit, can we get a few more clarifying cards with the tarot, please? Woo! Well then, so then we get the Two of Cups, right? When I say there's no relationship stuff, no. So I do feel that this could be a new offer of love coming in. I do feel that this is going to come towards the end of this 4-week period. So that time between like July, what did I say? Like the 8th through the 13th, or maybe like the 6th through the 13th, like that week period there. So I would definitely keep your eyes open for a new proposition of a potential relationship coming in. Okay, Libras, I want to do something a little bit different this time. I want to use the pendulum to choose our next deck, okay? So the 2 decks that we're going to choose between is the What's the Vibe deck and the Broken Mirror Oracle deck. And I'm going to use a pendulum and allow Spirit to choose the deck that's most appropriate for this reading. How we're going to determine which way the pendulum goes. If it goes this way, okay, we're going to choose the What's the Vibe deck. And then if it goes sideways like this, that means it's the Broken Mirror Oracle deck, okay? So we're just going to give this a moment. I'm going to also stop talking here in a second. Spirit, please help us decide which deck to pull messages from next. Okay, it's slight, but I do see the pendulum going this way. So we are going to go with the Broken Mirror Oracle cards. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so Spirit has selected the deck for you, pile 1 Libras. Let me know how you like that, okay? Also, let me know how you like the pick a card format. Okay, Spirit, what additional messages do you have for pile 1 Libras, June 13th through July 13th, 2024? Please, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Can we please get a few more cards, Spirit, for our pile 1 Libras? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, and there we go. Pop up. It flipped over and it's called pop up. How funny is that? Okay, so the first card we have is dating, new love, options, back on the market. Okay, I do feel that this is very much this 2 of Cups energy. I feel like this is something new and fun and fresh that's going to be coming your way for all of my single Libras. If you're in a relationship that is not this karmic relationship, this could also be just like a reigniting of that passion in your relationship. So don't think if you're in a relationship, oh, you know, that doesn't apply to me, because it very well could apply to you. You know, when you have those relationships and you fall in love over and over again, it could be one of those upticks. Then we have pictures, regrets, reminiscing, missing you. So this could be someone who you have dated in the past, or this could be someone who you previously met, but they didn't have, they weren't able to ask you out, or maybe they were in a relationship or you were in a relationship. So they may have regrets about not telling you how they felt. Okay, so I do feel like this could be someone oh, look, and then this pop-up card, surprise visit, reaching out in person. I feel like this is someone who's going to just pop up. I really feel like this is someone you already know. This could be someone that you've dated, you know, in the past. I feel like this is someone that you don't have a lot of like bad chemistry with. So more like just like a missed opportunity, you know? Yes, but this is like very, very, I love this. This is just like very sweet, new, fresh, fun, like, ooh, yeah, this is good energy, Libras. Okay, so now we are going to look at the Clarifying Life Situations deck. Okay, Spirit, what other messages do you have for pile 1 Libras? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, thank you, Spirit. And can we get one more card, please, Spirit, for pile 1 Libras? One more card. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Okay. So the first card that we have here that came for you, pile 1 Libras, is small steps, the small wins, the small triumphs, the everyday victories. Celebrate them. They will take you there. Yes, see how this 6 of Wands is, they're being celebrated, right? They're victorious. There's there's all these people that have come out to celebrate this person. And so this card is that reconfirmation from Spirit that you should celebrate the small steps. You should celebrate your little victories. And I think that, you know, celebrating the small steps is what's going to help keep you moving forward, because, you know, you're going to have this stagnation, I guess, of energy happening right here. And so it's remembering that when you're having these tower moments, or when you're having these communication issues, or when you're feeling stuck and you can't move forward, remember that it's just about taking small steps. It's about just the small wins. Like this says, small triumphs, you know? Then we have saving grace. Forgiving yourself and others heals the wound and sets you free. So I do feel that this directly relates to this karmic energy up here. Looking at these cards, you know, we have the Runner. We didn't really go into this card very much. So the Runner is about someone who leaves, someone who takes off, someone who has a fear of intimacy. Now, this doesn't have to be a romantic partner. There are people who have a fear of intimacy with anyone. So this could be a parent that has, you know, fear of getting too close to even their children. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting for this. So it's like maybe being stuck in this cycle of feeling stressed and wanting to leave, but then feeling guilted that you have to stay because this is your family and you don't know what to do. Well, this card, this Not Today card came up, and this is about boundaries, setting boundaries. It's okay to set a boundary. If people are lashing out and hitting you, you can set a boundary. And I feel like people will come to you, Libra, and they'll want you to fix things. They'll come to you, but then as soon as you need help or you want to hold someone accountable, they run. Okay? That runner, I think, is the main person that is connected in this karmic relationship. Okay. So whoever that is, and this could also, it doesn't have to be like a physical running away from or separation. This could be someone who just tunes you out, like just shuts you down. I'm not even going to hear you. Like I have emotionally left the conversation. It could be that energy too. But this saving grace card talks about that ability to forgive yourself and heal your own wounds. And that is what sets you free. It's tough because people talk about forgiveness all the time and how, by forgiving other people, you free yourself. And that can be really hard to, forgive someone. And I like this card where it talks about forgiving yourself, because I think what is harder on us than anything is our own self-imposed guilt that we feel. And I feel like this is a lot of this pain is pain that you're kind of allowing because you haven't set boundaries. But by setting those boundaries, you can stop this cycle and you can leave. I mean, this is acceptance, and it shows letting go. And this card says, letting go, letting go. Okay. So I do think this is avoiding conversations. I feel like these people or person are avoiding having a real conversation with you about whatever's going on. And it's a conversation you need to have, and you're not having it. We have this communication issue here with this 3 of Wands reversed. So I do feel like you need to accept that you cannot change this person. Accept them as they are. Okay. Set up boundaries that can ensure that you can have a positive relationship, a healthy relationship with them, and then let go. And then we have cutting edge, slice through obstacles and carve a path towards your dreams. Oh my gosh, cutting edge, cutting it off. I feel like it's time to just cut through it. Okay? It is time to cut through it. Ooh, I love that. Okay, Libras, let's get some final oracle cards for final messages and advice from Spirit. Spirit, what final messages do you have for the pile 1 Libras? What do you have? Advice and final messages for Libras for pile 1, June 13th through July 13th, 2024. What do you have, Spirit? Thank you, Spirit. So we have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So Spirit is telling you that now is the time to take care of yourself and replenish. I feel like you've been giving so much and you haven't had the opportunity to be held and loved on and just felt like that safe, that comfort. So this is the time for you to give yourself that feeling of deep replenishment, holding yourself, loving yourself the way that you want everyone else to love you. Spirit, what other messages? Ooh, we have get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. Okay, so we all know that our Libras are incredibly spiritual, psychically in tune, and you have the Bardos, which is that ability to go into that kind of in-between place that we've talked about. So this is talking about getting grounded. It's important to ground yourself. Libras are air, and so air wants to float around, but it's very important that you do also ground yourself. It helps when you're highly sensitive, or when you're an empath, when you're in tune to other people's feelings and emotions, you will take that on. And if you carry that around with you all of the time, it just gets to be exhausting. And so we have these cards of letting go, taking care of yourself, and then grounding yourself. So another piece of advice from Spirit to you, Libras, is to get grounded, especially if you are highly sensitive or you are an empath. Spend some time outside, spend time in nature, go camping, go for a hike, take water and wear sunscreen, because it's 108 degrees where I live, you guys. I live in Arizona, and it's just like, ugh, it's so hot. Okay, and the final card that Spirit has for you, the final message, pile 1 Libras, is mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Ooh, what a good final message. Okay, so they say that what triggers us in others is what bothers us the most about ourselves. Now, I don't know about you guys, but me, as a Libra, I can get triggered pretty easy. And when I take the time to stop and reflect, I can see that a lot of times what is really bothering me or triggering me is something that I also do. Okay, it's like a bad trait that I hold, a bad habit I have. So this is reminding you to stop and to pay attention to what or who is triggering you. The other final message that I am getting from this card, with it being mirror, is to remember that the universe and everyone around you is a version of yourself projected outside of you. Okay, so basically that means that the universe is mirroring back to you what you think, what you feel, the energy you put out, because everything is about vibration and energy. So when you're vibrating on a certain level and you're thinking certain things, you're pulling certain things into your life. So like when people get on a downhill trajectory where they're like, everything sucks, I hate everybody, and then they have a news story every time we see them about how something sucky happened or how someone did them wrong, you think like, oh my gosh, like how could someone have like this much bad luck? It's not. It's the energy and the frequency that they're putting out. And so it's a reminder, when you look around your external self and you see the things that are around you, remember that that's a direct reflection of what's going on inside of you. So if you want your external reality to shift and to change, then you have to focus on your internal reality. What are your feelings? What are your thoughts? And you have to police those suckers. And man, it's hard. It's a constant job. I find myself all the time like thinking a critical thought about someone and then having to reel myself back in. But this is a very good reminder from the universe that we need to remember that everything that we've created out here is a reflection of what has happened within. I hope that this reading was helpful for you, my pile 1 Libras. If it resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the little subscribe button. And I also do private readings and all that stuff. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out on my website, which is www.bobbiereads.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Libra, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hello to all my Libras who chose pile 2. Okay, you guys. So what I did was I pre-shuffled some oracle cards just to kind of get a feeling for the vibe of your reading. So we're going to go ahead and start with that, and then we'll get into the actual tarot. So the first card I pulled was an archetype card, and this archetype is the initiation of Eros. Eros is this feeling of deep love and passion and almost like a longing. Okay, so this is sort of the theme. I like to pull these cards to get sort of like the energy for your reading or for the time period. So the time period is June 13th to July 13th, 2024. So I feel like there's going to be this current of passion and like desire, maybe not longing, maybe desire is a better word. I think desire is a much better word. So you might be like in your feelings. I mean, you're a Libra, so you're already passionate, but it's going to be this like big time energy. Okay, so you might be pulling people in, you might be pushing people out, but it's a very strong energy. And because you're a Libra, you already have these innate gifts where you are more psychically inclined. And so when you combine that with this energy, it's going to be a very powerful time for you. Then we have the card Peace. Okay, this is such a pretty card. I'm so sorry about the lighting. I'm like trying to figure out a way to make it not quite so harsh. I know that there's like a ring light reflection, but anyway, speaking of, so this Peace card, it has this circle on it, which makes me think of cycles ending, completion. This person is sitting in absolute peace and relaxation. So I do feel that you're going to have this energy this month, this calm energy of peace, or the ability to tap into this when you need to. And then we have Surrender. Oh, look at this card. This is so beautiful. I love this. So this is that energy of surrendering, allowing. Sometimes we try so hard in our life to control how every little thing goes. We want everything to go a certain specific way. And when we do that, it can feel like nothing's going right. No matter how hard we try, it seems to get like more off track. But if you can just let go and surrender and just allow the universe to do what it does, oh my gosh, it catapults you. That's when like those major quantum leaps happen. So it's that energy of surrender. And you have also this peace. So look at this. I mean, I feel like this is an exhalation. All right. It's just, and we have this, it's like divine feminine, divine masculine. So very balanced, so very Libra energy. Okay. So let's see what other cards we have. So we have the Sword and the Rose, clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, determination. Okay. And then we have not enough, lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, frustrations. Okay. Then we have death. The relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform, what's dead is dead. Well, that's pretty final. Okay, and then we have ascending, learning and expansion, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. Okay, so this is exactly the energy, Libras, that I was getting here with this peace card, with this circle, this completion. So you have this entire storyline that Spirit's giving to you, okay? So I feel like you might be going through a tough time, maybe even some dark night of the soul stuff, but even if it's not like that serious, just going through this tough time where you might be lacking confidence. There might be things about you that you don't like. You might be having a lot of really negative internal self-talk. You could be frustrated with situations in your life. You can feel like you're trapped. You might feel stuck in a job, stuck in a relationship, stuck in a situation, but it's more of this self-sabotage energy. So you're not really stuck, but you have no perspective. You're not even looking at it because it's blindfolded. So then what has to happen is this next progression, which is the end of a cycle. It's this completion. All right. It's like world energy. We are done. Or like even the death card in tarot, it's this idea that it's the end of a cycle, it's over, it's done, and it's time to start over. And then we literally have ascending, which is learning and expansion, learning from the past, learning from past mistakes, and then having that expansion, that awareness, and the new phase. So I do feel this may or may not be relationship. But I'm not feeling that it's, I mean, really my gut's saying that this is more of like something to do with you only. So this is like an internal situation with you. So there's something going on in your thoughts, and your ego might be trying to protect you right now, Libra. So you might be thinking like all kinds of crazy thoughts. You might be thinking really critical thoughts or really judgmental thoughts. And it's that ego trying to protect you, but it's really not protecting you. It's actually sabotaging you. But just know that the themes of this month are this desire and peace and surrender. So this is going to be such a good thing, okay? I know it can look like scary, like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? But it doesn't even matter because the reward is going to come so fast on the heels of the end that you're not even going to have time to hit the ground. You're going to go back up. And I do feel like you're going to be able to maintain your sense of peace. Just maintain that internal balance, Libra, and you're going to do fine this month. Okay, let's get some tarot cards and get some clarity and additional messages from Spirit. So Spirit, this is for all of my pile 2 Libras. And this can be sun, moon, or rising sign. Okay. For the time period of June 13th to July 13th, 2024. Messages from Spirit for all of my Libras. Okay. Okay. What messages do you have, Spirit, for my pile 2 Libras? Okay, so when I picked up this card or this deck, I saw this card. I'm sure you guys saw it too. And I almost pointed it out, and then I was like, nah, we'll shuffle. And then it's the first card that comes out. So this is that 2 of Swords. It's making a decision. It's being decisive. It's about removing the blindfold and then taking quick action. Okay, I feel like, here's the sword and the rose. I do feel like this energy is in relationship to this situation. I do feel like you need it to be like a fast break, whatever the cycle is or whatever. Oh my gosh. And then you have a star card. See, I feel like this is a choice that you're going to have to make in your own way of thinking. So you have to decide, are you going to give in to those self-sabotaging thoughts, those limiting beliefs, or are you just going to cut that off, go through this so that you can ascend? Because again, like I said, I feel like this is internal. So with that being said, then you have the star card. This is just the most amazing divine feminine energy. This is a wish come true. Some people say this card was fashioned after the goddess Isis. This is about filling your cup and feeling nourished and plentiful and abundant. It's literally like if you've made a wish, your wish is going to come true, is what the star card is. So that's amazing, Libra. Okay, what other messages, Spirit, do you have for? Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. This is a quick communication coming in, decisive action. And the Knight of Swords is about truths coming to light. So things that are in the shadows come to light, truths come out. Okay, so you might be hearing things or finding out things that you're like, whoa, where's this coming from? Or it might be like unexpected information coming in. But again, we're maintaining this energy of peace and surrender, right? So I feel like it's about taking in the information and just taking it in. The Nine of Pentacles is she is independent, she is stable, she is focusing on herself and investing in herself, and she is living her best life. She is flourishing. This is putting energy into yourself and then reaping the rewards. So this could be something with work. It could be more money coming in, or just more stability with your job. It could be promotion energy, but it's also just really being about being like independent feminine energy. So I just want to apologize, you guys. I have 2 puppies and then an old dog, and they always choose when I am filming to start to wrestle, and that's what they're choosing to do right now. So we're just going to ignore it. Oh my gosh. And then this is crazy. Look at how many major arcana cards are coming through for you. So Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is your luck and fate can change like that in a second. In a second. But there is a delay. There's some kind of a holdup. So you might have some resistance, or you might get a little bit stuck sometime this month. But then we have the Sun card. The Sun card is like, again, it's this beautiful, amazing life. It's a life of happiness and abundance. And I mean, look at that baby on that horse. It's like the star is make a wish. The sun is manifesting everything. It's, you have this 9 of Pentacles energy. You are going to be able to make this choice on refocusing your thoughts, because we can see it right here. Okay, we can see the results. So the way that you're going to get here to these results is by not being so hard on yourself, and giving yourself grace and time to heal. This, I mean, this is a tough time. You could be battling anxiety, depression, and yeah, see, it is a battle. You are battling, and it can be really tough with those mental health struggles. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be like a mental health, like a diagnosed thing. I mean, we just all go through those times where our mental health is just not great. And I do think that you have been battling, and see, we have a Tower reversed. This is a change that's coming through for you. Okay, it's not going to be a major Tower moment. It's just going to be a little Tower moment, but it's going to be, I think, that internal Tower moment. I think you're going to have a shift in the way that you perceive things. I think once this blindfold is removed and you're able to see things more clearly, I think it's like, it's going to be night and day. Okay, Spirit, what other messages do you have for pile 2 Libras? What other messages do you have? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the 4 of Pentacles. This can be standing on your resources, stability. This can also be holding on really tightly to something. So look and examine things in your life. What are you clinging to that you can release, okay? Because you have this surrender card. So you're being told it's time to surrender. So you don't have to try to control the outcome, because the universe is going to get you there. We know that the universe is going to get you there because we have the star and we have the sun. So it's about surrendering the control and finding that peace and just allowing the universe to do what it does. Okay. But this energy might be what's keeping your wheel from rolling. All right. Okay, let's use the pendulum to choose our next deck. What do you think? Let's pick some cards. We are going to have the What's the Vibe deck, and then we are going to do the What's the Tea deck. Okay, so for those of you who aren't familiar with a pendulum, this is a pendulum. And the idea behind it is that it's going to swing in a certain direction, and it's going to give you some information you're seeking. So for this particular reading, what we're going to do is, if the pendulum swings back and forth this way, we're going to choose the What's the Vibe deck. And if it goes horizontally, we're going to choose the What's the Tea deck. Now, during the last reading, the pendulum did not move very much. It was like very minute. So look very carefully. I am not going to talk when I'm waiting for the pendulum to move, because I don't want that my body moving when I'm talking to affect the way it's swinging. Okay, so the question that we are going to ask Spirit is, Spirit, which deck should we choose next for messages from you? Okay, so it's going horizontally. So we're going to go with the What's the Tea deck. So let me know if you guys like that using the, oh, that's inappropriate. There might be some of that. Let me know if you guys like that using the pendulum. And then also let me know in the comments if you like the pick a card option, okay? These are just some new things I'm trying out for you guys. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for my pile 1 Libras for June 13th to July 13th, 2024, please, Spirit? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Oop, and thank you again, Spirit. Okay, so the first card we have is legal issues, and it's funny, Libra, you showed up in your own reading. Court, judges, immigration, lawyers, etc. So you could be called for jury duty during this time period of June 13th through July 13th, 2024. You might have to sign a contract. You might have a court proceeding. So there could be something coming up. It could be like a traffic ticket or something. So just be aware of that, or you might have to hire a lawyer, communicate with a lawyer, something with legal. And then we have dirt digging, but it's reversed. Okay, so this is looking for dirt on you or vice versa. I don't think it's you looking for dirt on someone else because it was in this reverse position. I think this could be someone else looking for dirt on you. It could be you looking for dirt on someone else. But with it in that reverse, it could, be a warning to not do that. Remember, there's a couple things, Libra. First of all, if you go looking for stuff, guess what happens? You find it. But with that being said, if you're going looking for stuff, your intuition is telling you there's something to find, and then you find it. So is it that you went looking for it, or is that you followed your intuition? So if your intuition is giving you red flags to the point where you are going to look for dirt on them, just walk away. Okay, just walk away because it's your gut saying, no, this is bad. Okay, so follow your instinct. Don't romanticize people or situations. If you feel like you need to start digging on them, just walk away because you don't need to go down that road. And then we have karmic friends. Can't fully trust them. Tension, secret, competition. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So when I see cards like this, Libra, I think of watching what you say, especially in work situations. So things that you say are not necessarily going to stay with the people that you say them to. So be very careful with what you say and to who you say it, because with this being karmic, you can believe that if you say something, it's going to come back because that's karma. So be very mindful of the things that you say and the things you say about other people during this time, because you don't want anything to come back and kind of bite you in the butt. So just be very, very mindful. I know with Libras, we're social creatures. We want to chit chat. We want to hear all the tea and all the gossip. And then we get ourselves in these situations where, because we've been so social and we've overshared or whatever, we are now, we put our foot in our mouth. We're in trouble. So this is that warning. Be very, very mindful of what you're saying during this time period, okay? Okay, let's see. What other cards should we get? I'm going to get the Clarifying Life Situations deck. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for pile 1 Libras, June 13th? Thank you, Spirit. Or July 13th. 2. Okay, perfect. So the first one we have here is not picking up. Making plans. Chart your course with intention. The future is yours to design and navigate. Okay, so we see it with, let's get rid of your legal issues here, Libra. We see that with this star and the sun. Okay, you have the ability to choose where you go. You can chart your course. You can navigate. Does this say navigate? Navigate. We have a ship's wheel. I mean, this is navigation, okay? So it's taking back that control. Sometimes it can be really easy to say, like, why is this happening? Or like, you know, I don't have any control. I'm stuck in a situation. But, you know, we're not stuck in the situation. The opposite of this is open doors. Open the door. Make those plans, because whatever you want, you can manifest right now. You are on fire. Okay? Then we have Sky of Clarity. When I look at this Sky of Clarity card, it makes me think of this surrender card energy. So I do think you're going to get that clarity. I mean, we see it here. I think if you're struggling right now, just know that you're going to have this clarity. I mean, we have all of this like sky, blue, ascending, sky of clarity. So, and the sun in the sky. I just think that there's so much good positive energy coming for you, Libra, during this time period. It's insane. And then we have Cloud of Unknowing. So this talks up right here. Surrender to the mystery and embrace the sacred within. You have surrender 2 times coming through from Spirit. So be very mindful this month. If you are putting up resistance to something, that is the thing that you need to surrender to. Okay, be really, really aware of it, because there's something you need to surrender to and you might miss it. Let's get some final oracle cards for final messages or advice from Spirit for our Pile 2 Libras for June 13th through July 13th, 2024. Pile 2 Libras. Okay. Any final messages, Spirit, for Pile 2 Libras, please? I would also recommend going over and checking out the first reading too, just to see if anything there resonates with you. These readings were pretty different, but not in ways that really contrast each other. So if you watch that first pile, you may actually get a fuller reading, okay? So we have Priestess. This is High Priestess energy all the way. I feel this is such strong Libra feminine energy. I just love this High Priestess energy. This is all about using your intuition, trusting your intuition, understanding that you hold all of the answers that you seek within yourself. You have to trust that intuition, and you're going to find it by going within and having this peace, these peaceful moments. But this is a time for you right now to trust yourself and trust your instincts, because you're right on the money. Okay, this is such good energy. This is like, lean into it, trust your instincts, because you know, down at a cellular level, you know what you need to do. Okay, and then we have Pleiades. Double missions, channeling, and uplifting humanity. So the Pleiadians are believed to be one of the original inhabitants of Earth, and they are they're starseeds. They're this energy of being that has been around for extended periods of time, and there's a whole mythology behind this. But what this card talks about is, again, connecting to that spiritual. In the other reading, instead of Eros, the theme was called the Bardo. And the Bardo is this place between heaven and earth, between the spiritual and the physical. And it talked about how the Pile 1 Libras, and probably you too, Pile 2 Libras, how the Libras can go between the two realms, or can exist in that state of the Bardo, being in between. And that's when things happen, like you receive downloads or intuitive messages or premonitions, things like that. It's that kind of energy. So I'm getting that same energy with this Pleiades card. It's about connecting with the spiritual and the physical, like being in that space between, where you can access both sides, the physical and the spiritual. So it's about utilizing that. And by getting into that energy and getting into that space, that's where this piece is going to come from. And then that's when you're going to have your shift, okay? Spirit, can we get one final card for our pile 2 Libras? One final card, please, Spirit. What a beautiful reading, pile 2 Libras. This is just full of good fortune and good vibes and sunshine and, yeah, and truths, you know? Truths being revealed, truths about yourself. You know, maybe this Knight of Swords energy is the truths that you're going to find out, or truths about yourself you didn't know, self-discovery, things that assist you in healing. And then we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So we had a very similar card to this as well in the first pile for Libra reading. This is about establishing boundaries. It can be very, very tough to establish boundaries because we feel like we're being mean, or we're pushing people away, or it's not nice, or we might offend someone. But the reality is that a boundary teaches people how to love and respect us, and how to show us that they love and respect us by respecting those boundaries. It is not a bad thing to ask for a boundary. And the first time you do it, it's scary, but I can tell you it gets easier and easier each time you do it. And it will really help your relationships, because you'll be able to communicate so much clearer. Because if there are things that are boundary crossers, you've established that conversation where you can openly discuss those things, so that when those boundaries are crossed, you've already opened that line of communication. So people are going to be more receptive to your feedback, and vice versa. You should also be open to, you know, their boundaries. And so it's just very important, Libras, because we are empaths. Our energy gets drained super, super fast. Look at this person. All these hands are reaching out for him, just trying to suck that energy. And it's like, no, you have to establish boundaries to protect yourself, to protect your energy, and to protect your health. Okay, my pile 2 Libras, I hope that this reading resonated with you and provided some information, some clarity, some answers. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit the little subscribe button, so that way you know whenever I upload new content. Also, I do private readings. All the information about that is on my website, which is www.bobbiereads.com. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me and trusting me to do your tarot, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.